Well, I'm waiting.
Brother!
Somnas. Dance! Haven't seen you for years. 2000, in fact. And whose fault do you think that is? Who could have exiled me as a monster
Impossible!
and erased me from the face of history?
You were tainted, unfit to sit the throne. Please, brother, return to the darkness whence you came.
Now? But I'm having so much fun!
Cursed Upload Studio. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 16 of Final Fantasy 15. And also, the end of episode Ardyn, where we will be facing off against Somnas. Somnas may be a giant, but he is actually pretty easy. Well, to say the fact that he does fire holy attacks, which will hurt Ardyn, and he'll fire them off like later on when he's about to die. This battle is not really as hard as people make it out to be, even on normal, and that's because of the fact that if you destroyed all the towers and killed all of the random encounters and gained up enough experience points to max out most, if not all, of your dissension table, this fight is practically a breeze. But yeah, he will spam holy, and more importantly, he will try to step on you and punch the ground like Titan. This is basically the Titan fight all over again. That's all this is. And also you can bring E3 to the fight too. This will literally make the fight with Somnas that much easier. Especially in the dissension table, where you literally get Somnas pretty much surrounded, and more importantly, Ifrit and yourself can keep wailing on this guy. So yeah, if you bought enough items from the store, which you most likely will because of the fact that all the Lucius guards you kill and all the drops you get, regardless of the actual difficulty. And I missed that. I so totally missed that armature. Yeah, just rain death on this. Go. Oh no. Oh, I was about to say that he was about to do something really nasty too, because he is a Lucian and he will use armature. So bear that in mind, despite his really big shockwave. It's oh god.
When I first donned the crown and put on the ring,
this attack, however, will hurt you pretty badly. I mean, it's not going to kill you, but it's going to hurt you pretty badly regardless of what level you're on. I mean, if you're at a low level, you're pretty much dead. Run, you fool! Ooh! And he got me real good. I could have just head for high ground, but I didn't. Because I actually had something to heal myself with. And if I would have went into overdrive, that still would have been more trouble for Somnas. Because I could have just healed myself. So long as I don't go to zero, or at least my overall health doesn't become zero, I could heal myself and continue the beatdown. And he can continue the beatdown on me. But whatever the case, folks, Somnas is almost done. He is almost dead. He's pretty much just walking around, hulking, and just using a shield and stuff like that. And now he's down. And that is the end of Somnas. When you infuse the power of Ifrit into Ardyn, Somnas is pretty much done for. And you got your revenge. Look how much damage that shit did. It did like 999. He's done. And it's over. press B and finish him. And that's the end of episode Ardyn, ladies and gentlemen. While everything else was hard, this was kind of anticlimactic, but it was still pretty good nonetheless.
What I did to you was unforgivable. But I did it for the future of our kingdom, of our people.
A small sacrifice for the good of society. How noble.
Our line has done everything in our power to protect our people, just as the gods bade. I was merely fulfilling my calling.
And here I thought I was the Blessed One, but it was you all along.
I dare not ask your forgiveness. I do ask your understanding.
What? You took everything from me. Everything. And you ask my understanding?
I pray your soul find repose, brother.
All my honor is to blame Keeper Bahamut. I shall not let thee become a slayer of kings.
Why? Why do the gods deny me my revenge?
Because thou hast been chosen to serve a different purpose. To spread darkness throughout the world is thy true calling.
Darkness?
Soon, the true king will be born unto Lucis. He shall lead the people as their beacon of hope, and drive away the darkness. In turn, thou shalt be his sacrifice, the limitless shadow that ushers in the light.
Why must I continue to suffer? Have I not already sacrificed enough?
The true king awakens, summoning the power of his forebears. He shall, at last, relieve thee of thy suffering. Then, the line of Lucis shall come to an end, and the revenge thou seekest shall finally be found. So it is ordained, and so shall it be.
You say I am not the savior of man, but his sacrificial lamb. And that I live only to die by the hand of the heir to an ill-gotten throne. That is the fate the gods have chosen to bestow upon me!
The very same. Defy thy destiny if thou dare, but know that it would grant thee a life of darkness unending, devoid of death's reprieve. What say thee, Ardyn?
Loath though I am to serve the shadows and surrender to the scion of a usurper, so long as it brings the royal bloodline to an end. So long as I get my revenge, I will submit.
As thou shouldst, the fate bestowed upon a man
Did you two know about this? That I was meant to serve as some sacrifice? Did you keep this from me, Era? What about you, dear brother? Did you know? Answer me! Am I alive? Oh, does it matter? Perhaps not. Nothing matters. None of it. Not the blessed gods above, nor the accursed kings below. To hell with them all. All that matters is I have my revenge. I will spread this scourge across the earth, lure out this king of light, and kill him. Then, the entire world of Eos will be drenched in the darkness of despair for time eternal.
And with that, folks, that pretty much marks the end of episode Ardyn. Final thoughts? It's really sad what Ardyn had to go through. The man was trying to be nice. He was actually trying to help the people. He had no idea that the gods was pretty much dicking around with him. And more importantly, he would end up having to wipe out his whole entire family line. But that's what makes Ardyn not only a complete villain, but a sympathetic villain. While he is at every turn sabotaging Noct and doing everything he can to make sure that Noct never makes it to Altissia, let alone never reproduce another heir for the Lucius Caim line. In all honesty, you have to feel sorry for him because his brother and the gods driven him to this point, driven him to this state. He has trolled everyone. He even at one point turned a Nox Fleuret actually, which is Ravis, onto the side of the Empire. And in all honesty, he still won. He got rid of the Lucius Caim line. He got rid of the Oracle lines, as he killed Ravis in chapter 13, and killed Luna in episode 9. He practically, while he didn't dictate his fate, he did, however, put an end to it and pretty much dictated how things was going to end. And to be honest, he really didn't deserve to have to go through all that. Again, it was the gods dicking around with him, so he just got even. But this episode alone makes Ardyn more of a complete villain than what Kefka and Sephiroth most definitely are. I dare say he's one of the best villains in the series because of it. But it's a shame, though. It's a shame we truly can't see the depth of how far Ardyn has fallen. Well, we saw how far Ardyn has fallen, but we can't actually see the true depth of how Ardyn has fallen, because Ardyn definitely fell hard by the time episode Aranea came. Because ironically enough, there's an actual canonical manga based on all the episodes that would have been released, like episode Lunafreya, Gentiana, and Aranea. While that manga would have actually been a lot better as an actual game, it's still a pretty good manga. And yeah, there is an actual manga about it. Yeah, that's as far as those episodes will get to see media. But folks, everything that Ardyn has done has led up to the eventual battle in Chapter 15, where you have to take down Ardyn once and for all. Which we all know how that ends up, because after all, Part 83. But nonetheless, after 2,000 years, Ardyn finally gets to sit on his throne. Albeit it's not technically his, still, the fact that he had to go through this just to actually prove a point. Wow. Just wow. And to this day, he's still trolling even if he's dead. So then, it is at this point
I'm afraid you're out of luck.
that we get the infamous
Off my chair.
"Off my throne, Jester, the king sits here" line. And God, that is one of the best lines in the game. However, it's not Chapter 14, you fools, it's Chapter 15. Whatever. But, nonetheless, now that episode Ardyn is done, and overall I got a score of B, episode Ardyn gives Noctis some new stuff. Like, for instance, the blade that Ardyn was using, the Raksha blade. The Raksha blade, that's what it was. He now has that in his possession. Not to mention, Ardyn's suit is now in Noctis' possession. Kingly Clash is available, and also you can now buy hats in Altissia for Noctis. So on that note, we're done, folks, with all the DLC episodes. And in that regard, here's how things are going to work next week. It'll be the off-road track, and also Omega eventually, and then in the finale, the Kings of Lucius, I forgot to mention those guys, and then Cerberus. This is RVMan985. See you guys next week as I wrap up Final Fantasy 15, the Royal Edition, and this will literally be the last time I play this game. Peace out, and see you next week.